what's the time? I was meant to be in class 3 hours ago. Damn. Oh well, is it just me or is being on time just way too hard? Like when it comes to school, they expect us to come in on time for every day of the school year like 8 AM in the morning. And then with work, same thing. You're just getting paid to do so, which I guess would be a fair trade-off if your job was paying you enough. Which from my experience, just ain't the case. And that's not the worst part, because you can be on time every day for the majority of a school year, but the one time you slip up and you're late, you're getting backhand slapped with a hefty detention. Or in the case of work, you're fired! But sometimes I feel the consequences of being late just isn't enough sometimes. Like the fear of getting detention at school or losing my job just fades away when I'm tired. Because the way I be pushing my luck just get a little bit of extra sleep, man. I could have only 20 minutes left to get ready, and I will literally still put my alarm on snooze just to give my body the extra 1% battery to tackle the day. Now if you're anything like me, you'll know exactly how it feels to oversleep. You wake up, you check the time, you rub your eyes, you check the time again, then it hits you, the panic. You realize you were meant to be somewhere quite some time ago, and you're nowhere to be seen. When it comes to oversleeping, there's one of two things you can do. Option A, you quickly scramble and get yourself together and just firm the consequences of your lateness. Or option B, the best option. Don't even stress about it, man. You don't worry about going in because you know you've passed that threshold where going in would just be pointless. All you have to do is make up a believable excuse as to why you couldn't make it on time. Now being late going into school is one thing, but being late going into lesson is a whole nother. When you walk into your lesson late, I remember it being so awkward because you would just have the rest of the class staring into your soul. Like, I don't get it, why are you staring at me? Don't you have notes to be taken or something? Now, depending on what type of teacher you have, this experience can be even worse. Unfortunately, if you have a strict teacher that period, not only will they backhand slap you with a hefty detention, but they are most likely also going to try and embarrass your ass by telling you to explain to the whole class why you're late. Mr. Mo, you're late. Now do you mind explaining to the class why that is? I don't know I'm late. Why this guy asked me why I'm late, bro? I don't know, the clock's moving too fast and you expect me to be here. Yeah, just give me the detention, sir. Back in secondary school, I had this one teacher for science who was so strict when it came to lateness. Didn't matter if you were 5 minutes late or even as little as 1. You'd better been on time for this guy's lessons, otherwise he was keeping you behind after school. We would literally run straight after break just to make you on time for this teacher's lessons. He would get so worked up about punctuality, he would start shouting, doing all types of extra stuff. One word, sassy. Now if there's one thing I've realized about being late is that a lot of the times it might not even be your fault as to why you're late. For example, where I'm from, we don't have a dedicated school bus which takes students to school. We just have regular public buses which house everyone in the general public. So it doesn't matter if you're an adult commuting to work or a kid trying to make it to school on time because you still have to take the same damn bus. Whoever thought it would be a good idea mixing sleep-deprived adults with restless, energetic school kids on a double-decker bus needs to get some evaluation because it just doesn't work. Majority of the time, all the buses would be extremely packed by the time it gets to my stop. And if you think these bus drivers care about taking kids to school, they hate school kids. So every packed bus that came by my stop would usually just drive straight past. To add even more fuel to the fire, being on time is so dependent on your circumstances. I mean, back in the day, you had kids getting dropped off by their mums in new model SUVs, whilst I was out there sprinting, trying to catch bus 227. I remember back in secondary school, there was this guy who lived right next to the school. I'm talking maximum 10 steps and he's there. Like, how is that fair when you got people going on a 2-hour plus unskippable side quest just to get to school? Like, being on time is so overrated, bro. Like, I tried the whole punctual thing back when I first started year 7. I went the whole year with 100% attendance and 0 lates. And you wanna know what my school gave me as a return? A gold medal. A plastic gold medal. Like, I couldn't even list the thing up on eBay. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. After that day, I learned the hard way. Being on time is just not worth the stress, bro. Hey, what's your issue with being punctual? It doesn't matter whether you face disadvantages when it comes to getting somewhere on time. It's still your responsibility to make sure you plan ahead and take accountability for your actions, you know? I never really thought about it like that. But nah.